The number 10 Montana game of all time, Joe's first comeback.
That's a great way to kick off the list.
Well, for a lot of people, that wouldn't be number 10. It would be about 2 or 3.
Until that comeback, Joe Montana was a rumor.
The 1981 Super Bowl team, I think, began with that game in 1980.
We've got a dandy for you today. The San Francisco 49ers started out very quickly with 3 straight wins, and then they lost their 8 games in a row. The New Orleans Saints, of course, are winless.
The Saints were 0-14 or something like that at the time, and they were the worst team in the league.
In 1980, nobody was paying attention to the 49ers, so they didn't count yet.
Manning, air it out again. Good protection, gives it the pump fake. He's got Ike Harris. Touchdown!
And when the score of this ball game is flashed around the country, there's a 4-letter word that people are going to say, WHAT. They won't believe it right now.
At the half, the 49ers trailed 35-7. Led by a second-year quarterback, no one knew what to expect.
They knew this kid had done great things at Notre Dame, and yet he's a third-round draft pick, and the 49ers just can't get over the hump, and now they're getting destroyed by the Saints.
Montana with a straight drop, and down is Derlin Moore.
Why should you think that we had any chance? In fact, we got in the locker room, and all Bill could talk about was, we expected him just to go off. But he basically said, hey, look, I can't tell you anything you don't already know. You're embarrassing yourself. And try to make this respectable.
The thing that gave me some hope was the fact that, that when we went toward our dressing room at the end of the half, our players ran as a group. So you could sense it as you went toward the dressing room that we were not a beaten team.
Montana back to throw. Big rush put on. He throws. He completes it underneath to Dwight Clark. He's the 40, the 45. He's the 50. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers.
That may be the one play that'll wake up the 49ers.
But that was the start of the Joe Montana legend.
Back to throw Montana. He's being rushed. Look out. He throws. He has Solomon open at the 5. Breaks the tackle. Touchdown, 49ers.
It's been a dandy, and the second half has been all San Francisco. 28 unanswered points.
Wait a minute. 35-14, 35-21. Joe Montana, he translates to the pros. This guy is magic.
It is long enough. It is good. The greatest comeback the 49ers have made as they win it by a score of 38-35.
When you think of Joe Montana, you think of fourth quarter comebacks, and that was number 1. That was his first one.
So a real sit up and take notice game that wasn't noticed by probably people around the league, 2 bottom dweller teams, but certainly made San Francisco pay attention.
He wasn't a great player at Notre Dame just by passing through town. His greatness shows up. It showed up there, and it showed up since he probably first put on a male supporter.
For every great quarterback, it has to start somewhere. Whenever you were down, and you kind of look at the clock, and you go, 5 minutes, 17 points, or 14, no problem. We can beat these guys. And a lot of that was born in that game against New Orleans.